We're gonna have ourselves a fun stint there on reds when everybody else was on blacks. You know, I just tried to hang in there on blacks. You know, it was gonna be fun, but you know, we tried to send it back out, but the steering was seizing up on me.
Unfortunately, a DNF for Marco today after he finished 4th at Barber last week, Bob.
Yeah, in his first race at St. Petersburg, he finished 24th. So 2 out of the first three races of 2011 have not gone well for Marco Andretti. 4th, 5th, and 6th here continue to run in the same order, very close to each other. Back of Franchitti is Servia. Dixon, Hinchcliffe, and Mira are the others in the top 10.
It's a really good battle. They just need like a half a car length on the guy in front of you so you can try to pull out and outbrake somebody going down into turn 1. But they're so even right now. They're getting off that corner exactly the same.
This is Oriol Servia on board. Running 7th, looking back on Scott Dixon.
Newman Haas has the most team victories here at Long Beach. Ganassi a close second.
6 wins rather for Newman Haas Racing here at this facility, and Chip Ganassi has 5. We have pit stops coming up again before long, so we'll take another break and be right back for more of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach, being led by Ryan Briscoe.
Ryan Briscoe leading his first laps all season long. A happy young man out in front here at the Long Beach Grand Prix. And beautiful, sunny Long Beach, California. A lot to celebrate for Ryan Briscoe so far today, especially considering he finished 18th and 21st in the first 2 races so far this year. Again, up front. Now, here's the interesting thing. One of the very few on the softer red tires. We saw a lot of fall off towards the end of a run on these softer red tires. Ryan Briscoe right now in the sweet spot of this segment, trying to get as much time as he can from second place. So when these tires do fall off at the end of the run, he'll still be out front and in good position. Lindy?
A strong race for Ryan Hunter-Reay. This is his 6th race here. They've told him he's doing a perfect job. They plan to go with the faster red tires when they make their last pit stop. Of course, Ryan wants a repeat of last year, starting 2nd, finishing 1st. Marty, his strategist wants better fuel mileage.
Our pole sitter, Will Power, back in 3rd. He told me it really bothered him. He sat on the pole here the last 2 years and hasn't won the race. Yesterday, his teammate Elio Castroneves says he's the Kyle Busch of IndyCar. He pushes everybody else. He's trying to pressure Ryan Hunter-Reay in front of him and stay up, trying to get back to the front. Kevin?
Marty, Alex Tagliani started 9th, but he got up to 4th because he ducked into the pits when he saw Justin Wilson spin. He made a split-second decision, got in there, got the track position, got out front, couldn't hang on to the point, but still is running strong in 4th, Lindy.
Elio Castroneves racing in front of his daughter Michaela, now 15 months old. Elio's crew has not yet decided what tires they will use in the final stint. Elio told me beforehand they plan to wait until the last minute. After that last pit stop, Elio radioed in and thanked his team, Marty, for gaining him a spot.
On the last stop for Dario Franchitti, the man who won this race 2 years ago, no changes to the car. He said, I just can't make the progress on these black tires way in the back. The primary tires just don't have the grip those reds do. So when those guys out front took reds, we were kind of stuck where we were, Kevin.
Oriol Servia is another guy that's very familiar with this race course. He's been here just about as much as anybody has. 9 times, top 5 the last 2 times he was here. Car looks good here so far today. Oriol Servia is running 7th, Marty.
The quote from Scott Dixon, we gave up too much in qualifying. That was last year here at Long Beach. They started back in the field then. Today they started 8th, and you've got to wonder if that's going to cost them at the end of the day. Interesting strategy, though. They were planning on a fuel mileage run in the first stint. They're doing that now, saving fuel right now, hoping to stay out a few extra laps from everybody else, Kevin.
Real good run for James Hinchcliffe in his 2nd start. His engineer is Craig Hampson, who worked his way up at Newman Haas and first served as the primary engineer for Sebastian Bourdais. Helped him to Rookie of the Year and then 4 straight titles. This is his first year back on the car at the track. After that, we're going to see Vitor Mira come into our view, and Vitor, as mentioned a little while ago, had some contact on pit lane with Graham Rahal. They think everything is okay, almost. The steering is about 2% off right now for Vitor Mira, but still a good run for them in the top 10 with the ABC supply car. Next up, we see A.J. Viso. 11th place might be considered a win. No disrespect to the team, but it has been a very difficult start to the season, trying to keep the car intact. Multiple sessions, multiple incidents, but it has been a clean weekend. Don't want to put a jinx on the car, but a good weekend so far for E.J. Viso. Lindy?
Danica Patrick running 14th. She started 20th. She says she likes the car better on those faster red tires. Her last pit stop, she took a half-turn front wing out on the last stop. But, Bob, she says when she comes back in, she wants more of that wing out.
So there are your top 12. 13th is Rafael Matos, and 14th is Takuma Sato, another driver for the KV Racing Technology team. And by the way, Jimmy Vasser, who is the V in KV Racing Technology, was inducted into the Long Beach Motorsports Walk of Fame on Thursday of this week. So congratulations to Jimmy.
And in regards to the KV team, we'll keep an eye on the leaders, but what they did to change their weekend is they came as a 3-car team.
Plus 3.7.
Giving intervals to Briscoe. They came with the cars all set up the same, and then on the first day they gave each a test list. They came back and compiled the information and chose the best of the best. The next morning, they had all the cars the same with another test list. Then came back, took the best of the best. So not until the third day did they let the drivers go on their own routes they wanted. So they used the 3-car team the way it was designed, and all of a sudden, they were much quicker this weekend as a group.
Well, you can see that Briscoe has extended his lead to almost 4 seconds now, and he has been steadily pulling away from Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I've been watching the times pretty closely, Bob, and Hunter-Reay was really staying even with Briscoe. I was really, really impressed. I think Hunter-Reay still has a really, really good race car and a good shot to win this race. But this is what I think Briscoe needs to do. He needs to put some space in between those guys. If it stays green, he'll get in and out of the pits in the lead. So this is where he really has to capitalize on these tires working really good right now.
Danica Patrick is right behind E.J. Viso in 12th position. 53 out of 85 laps completed. You're watching live coverage on Versus of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Back in a moment.
It's dinner time.
What would you do with your favorite driver? Enter your design at toyotaracing.com.
In Indycar racing, it's all about speed, and the action happens in the blink of an eye. So you need something that helps you keep up, like Indycar Mobile from Verizon. It lets you keep pace with in-race audio, up to the second leaderboards, highlights, and even driver tweets. Download it now! Before the season passes you by!
Up-and-coming open-wheel drivers now have a defined career path that leads them directly to the IZOD IndyCar Series. The Mazda Road to Indy provides drivers, teams, and sponsors an opportunity to gain valuable experience on and off the track, all with a clear-cut path of progression through 3 development series: the USF 2000 National Championship, the Star Mazda Championship, and Firestone Indy Lights, where drivers compete on the same tracks and venues as the IZOD IndyCar Series.
Story about a man with a car and a job, a wife and a kid, and his name is Bob. Just a regular guy with a regular car, but it's what he rolls on that makes him a star. Firestone. His Firestone tires are known far and wide. The way they perform gives a sense of pride. That's Bob's story. He ain't no liar, because everybody knows the legends ride fire.
Firestone. Legendary drivers need legendary tires.
In the streets of Long Beach, we've seen a couple of pit stops here. Second and final pit stops. Oriol Servia made his stop, and now we are on board as Tony Kanaan pulls back out onto the racetrack.
And I don't think he was happy. I've come, you know, I have a lot of Italian in my family, and I see that hand of motion, and that means I'm angry. And I don't think Tony was very happy for some reason. When you're talking with your hands and driving an Indy car,
yeah,
that takes not only talent, but you're very angry.
Ryan Briscoe with a 4.5-second advantage now on Ryan Hunter-Reay. There's Ryan coming out of the corner. And by the way, Ryan Hunter-Reay uses the number 28. We talked about how his mom passed away a little more than a year ago, and he won the race last year in honor of her. His 28 on the car represents the 28 million Americans who are battling